Okay. By the way, these are custom shop Tex-Mex Fender pickups from their custom shop. They're supposed to be what Stevie Ray Vaughan played. It's kind of a Frankenstrat guitar because it's got the Stevie Ray Vaughan pickups and then the Jimmy Ray Vaughan neck. Okay, so I just need James Bond. No, that's not even Bond. Okay, so anyway, what do you do? How do you do it? How do you set up the Stratocaster pickups? Of course, you got your 5-way switch. I start with the neck pickup. Okay, I always start with the neck pickup, and I kind of get the sound that I want. You got to remember that's a magnet is what we're talking about, a magnet and a coil. They wrap more loops around the coil with the wire. You're going to get a hotter pickup. You wrap less, you're going to get a weaker pickup. Okay, that's how they do it. But technically, it's no magic in there. It's a coil. Okay, and so the height of the coil becomes, really critical in getting the sounds that we just heard. Okay, is how close you are, how close your pickups are to the strings. Okay, if they're too close, it's going to be overly hot. Some people like that, some people don't. So you got to find your sweet spot first with one pickup. You can have it too low and it's going to sound weak, and you're not going to get volume out of it. You're going to turn up your amp more than you normally would if it's too low. So mine are adjusted, it looks like, about 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch high. Each one varies because you got to do some fine tuning on each one to get the sounds that I just displayed. So too close to the strings, really hot. Too far away, it's going to be a weak signal. There's a sweet spot there that you want to find that's a good average between too low and too hot. Okay, and each pickup's going to be different because they're all wired differently. Each guitar is going to be different because it's made out of different kinds of wood. There's a lot of variables, the pots and things like that. Okay, so what you want to do is start with your neck pickup, and you can try it at 1/8 of an inch there, or depending on the type of pickup. Get you a nice sound. Make sure your selector's selected for the neck pickup, and then you just basically raise it up and down with the 2 screws on each side. So you'll get a nice sweet sound out of that. Okay, and then the next part is more critical because now you're going to try to balance the sound between the two of these next 2 pickups together. And so what you're looking for is that chicken picking. It's a real chimey sound that comes when you're in position 4 on your selector switch, which means that it's the neck and the middle pickup. Okay, you can almost hear this plunky chimey thing going. So you want that plunky, chimey, Doobie Brothers Fender Strat sound coming out when you adjust that. So this one stays the same. Then you start adjusting this to match it, because I've seen Strats where this one is high and you can't even tell the difference when you do the selector switch. It sounds identical. It's like they sound like the same pickup, like nothing's really happened. If you don't hear anything happen, then you got to lower it, or more likely, raise it. Well, more likely, that's not true. You're going to have to adjust it so you get the 2 distinct sounds when it sounds different from here to there. It's not going to be extreme. You're not going to have one really low. You're not going to have this one really high unless they're totally whacked out pickups that, are mismatched. If the pickups are pretty well matched, they came on the same guitar, then they're similar and matched, if you will. So you're not going to be extreme, and one's going to be all the way down flush and the other one's going to be all jacked up all the way almost touching the strings. Once you get this one adjusted, this one's going to be pretty close to being like it. Okay. One other thing here before we move on is, after you get that sound, sometimes you have to adjust it sideways, because some pickups are real bassy, and if you like thicker strings and anyway, you can adjust it from front to back like that, the pickups, okay, just by adjusting one side higher, the other side lower, slightly, okay. Now, this is not an extreme adjustment. It's not like you're cranking on it an inch high here and it's touching flush here. We're talking slight adjustments, you know, from side to side like that, that can give you more bass if you like more bass, or less bass, and vice versa. So once you get it set, you can go a little high, a little low on each side depending on what you like, and really fine tune it that way. So once you got the two different sounds here, okay, those two are set up, then they're good for the most part. Then you're going to go to these two, which will be all your number 2 position, which would, your selector switch would be all the way back and then up 1. Okay, so position 2. So now this pickup's working and this pickup's working. So then you adjust this for the same thing. You're looking for that chicken picking sound between the bridge and when both of them are being played at the same time. It's kind of hard for me to play this while it's laying down, but can you hear that? There's a big difference there. So you got 5 different sounds coming out of this guitar now once you adjust that one correctly, okay? So you got this sound here, 4, middle, second position, and then first. And there you have it. That's basically how you adjust the height. Is you want to hear 5 distinct sounds. They want to be blended to match and to sound good together. You might want to raise one higher or lower. It's totally up to you, but you should hear 5 if you're going to do it right. Okay, so that you get this distinct neck. You get a distinct neck and middle. You get a distinct middle. You get a distinct middle and bridge, and then you get a distinct bridge. Okay, they should be totally different sounds there. Okay.